In an exclusive interview, Omar Gooding, the luminary of the screen, ventured into the frequently debated realm of homosexual roles in cinema. Omar divulged his perspective and experiences concerning his choice not to embody gay characters in his film and television endeavors, subtly hinting at industry gatekeepers like Diddy exerting pressure on him. Had your orientation been different, do you reckon it would have influenced your career path? Throughout the dialogue, Omar offered his insights into the shifting dynamics of LGBTQ+ representation in the media, applauding its journey towards greater inclusivity and authenticity. He also tackled the critique and backlash he faces for not taking on gay roles, navigating these waters with dignity and understanding. As he stated, "I am a heterosexual man who stands by his principles." In a turn of events in 2018, the actor found himself embroiled in controversy, as reported by TMZ, for a homophobic outburst aimed at an individual who accused him of being discourteous to a service worker, allegedly over service delays. Captured on video in a Las Vegas food court around 3:00 a.m., Omar was seen confronting a man claiming to be law enforcement, daring him, "Go ahead, arrest me, I'm an FAL agent." The altercation escalated, with Omar using homophobic slurs and profanities. The situation intensified when a bystander attempted to de-escalate, leading to a heated exchange captured on tape, highlighting Omar's impatience with his delayed pizza order. Omar later discussed the incident with TMZ, explaining the frustration over his late-night food delay and asserting, "Who wouldn't lose their cool a bit?" He clarified, though not excusing his language, that the incident doesn't reflect his true character. "I am not homophobic, nor do I condone such language. My apologies for any offense caused, but that incident isn't reflective of who I am." He emphasized that the matter was resolved amicably. Yet, those close to him suggest there's a targeted effort to tarnish the reputation of the Gooding family, noted for its significant Hollywood legacy, including his brother, Cuba Gooding Jr., who has had his share of controversies. Within this illustrious family, Omar has carved his niche with over 30 years in the industry, mesmerizing viewers with his dynamic performances and affable nature, beginning with his notable role in Hangin with Mr. Cooper. From Mr. Cooper to his unforgettable roles in Baby Boy and Barbershop, Omar Gooding has significantly impacted the entertainment world, yet there's a depth to this versatile talent that transcends the screen. Beyond his early forays into showbiz, Omar's philanthropic endeavors and innate charisma have cemented his status as a cherished icon in Hollywood. His genuine connection with audiences, fostering a profound and enduring influence in the realm of entertainment. Omar, who also shines in comedy, believes his career trajectory has now aligned, echoing the path once trodden by his brother, Cuba Gooding, during Hollywood's golden era of the late 90s and early 2000s. Cuba Gooding Jr., born to the musical talents Shirley Sullivan and Cuba Gooding Sr., was destined for the spotlight. Transitioning from breakdancing to acting in the 80s, he quickly made a name with appearances on popular series like Hill Street Blues and MacGyver, culminating in a breakthrough role as Tree Styles in John Singleton's seminal Boys in the Hood. His ascent continued with acclaimed roles in films like Rob Reiner's adaptation of Aaron Sorkin's A Few Good Men and the intense drama Outbreak. Yet, it was his portrayal of Rod Tidwell in Jerry Maguire that solidified his stardom, earning him an Oscar and immortalizing the phrase, "Show me the money." Despite these successes and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2002, a series of personal and professional challenges have since dimmed his once bright star, with recent years seeing Cuba more in the news for controversies than for cinematic achievements. Addressing the conspicuous issues, it's clear that a significant factor in Cuba Gooding Jr.'s diminished presence in the film industry stems from a series of sexual misconduct allegations that began surfacing in 2019. Reported by USA Today, The initial incident involved Cuba allegedly groping a woman at a New York bar, leading to his arrest and subsequent release pending trial. The situation escalated when the New York Times disclosed a further indictment on separate charges later that year, casting a long shadow over his career and personal legacy. The gravity of the allegations was such that it postponed the trial for the June incident. As reported by the New York Times, Cuba Gooding Jr. steadfastly denied all charges, despite his legal team's unsuccessful attempts to dismiss the initial accusations. Some speculate that Cuba's spiral began well before 2019, with Page 6 attributing his post-divorce behavior a mix of clubbing, heavy drinking, and partying since parting ways with high school love Sarah Kafir in 2014 as a prelude to the assault claims. Diddy's influence on Cuba's lifestyle changes has been widely speculated. However, the initial accusations were merely the tip of the iceberg. Following the second accuser's claim, Page 6 unveiled that 3 additional women accused Cuba of similar misconducts, with allegations stretching back to 2008. By the close of 2019, NBC News revealed an alarming total of 22 women accusing the actor of various forms of misconduct, including forced kissing and explicit sexual propositions. 2020 proved even more challenging for Cuba, with CNN reporting the accuser count escalating to 30 by August. Legal charges mounted against him, including 3 counts each of forcible touching and sexual abuse. Despite his denials, his defense strategy involved scrutinizing the accuser's credibility and questioning the police investigation's integrity. Amidst the criminal allegations, 2 women pursued civil action against Cuba in August 2020. The New York Times detailed a lawsuit where Jane Doe alleged Cuba raped her twice in 2013 after meeting at a Greenwich Village restaurant and later inviting her to a Soho hotel. An earlier lawsuit in 2019 involved Natasha Ashworth, a bartender who claimed Cuba groped her after she rebuffed his advances. This lawsuit, unlike the 2020 case, was part of a pattern of alleged misconduct that Cuba faced, further complicating his legal and professional battles. The events detailed in the 2019 lawsuit against Cuba Gooding Jr. took a decisive turn in June 2021, when Ashworth secured a victory in her legal battle through a default judgment, a scenario where Cuba failed to even engage with the lawsuit proceedings. This legal setback for Cuba underscored a troubling trend in his professional life, which had already been on a downward trajectory even before the surfacing of multiple sexual misconduct allegations. Post-Jerry Maguire glory, Cuba encountered the infamous Oscar curse, experiencing a career downturn despite his involvement in notable projects like As Good as It Gets and Pearl Harbor. His career choices post-Oscar, marked by a string of poorly received comedies, contributed to a series of Golden Raspberry Award nominations, tarnishing his resume. Cuba's questionable film choices, including Boat Trip, Snow Dogs, Home on the Range, Daddy Day Camp, and Norbit, reflected a stark departure from the critically acclaimed Jerry Maguire. Even though he participated in notable films like American Gangster, the allure of his earlier successes seemed to fade. Cuba acknowledged in a Page 6 interview his regret over turning down roles in significant films such as Amistad, Ray, The Last King of Scotland, and Hotel Rwanda, all of which garnered critical acclaim and several Academy Award nominations. Cuba's rationale behind his career decisions, aiming to uphold the prestige of his Oscar win, appears misaligned with the outcome of his filmography, which not only faced critical backlash but also commercial failure. His post-Oscar film choices not only failed to resonate with critics, but also performed dismally at the box office, with films like Boat Trip and Home on the range marking significant financial losses, further diminishing Cuba's standing in Hollywood. This period of professional wilderness, as Cuba described, saw him removed from studio consideration and overlooked for roles offered to less accomplished actors. Despite moderate successes with films like Norbit and Snow Dogs, other projects like Boat Trip, Daddy Day Camp, and the Fighting Temptations failed to make a significant impact, further complicating Cuba's career trajectory and contributing to the narrative of a concerted effort to undermine the Gooding family's success in Hollywood. This analysis invites viewers to ponder the extent of external influences, such as Diddy's alleged involvement in the challenges faced by the Gooding family, and encourages audience engagement through comments and discussions on this complex issue.